Well, baby, it's time to ride the funk train. And it is apropos right now for me to do a review about a game about robots, since I just released a movie called Showdown in Secret City, where four frustrated filmmakers take on the anthropomorphic personification of robots, and doesn't bode well. But don't worry, I'm here with one of the stars of the film. This is Fritz the Lesser. Don't worry, I know he's portrayed as a bad guy in the film, but he's really nice. Here, I'll do you a favor. I'll put a little feather hat on him. Look at that, isn't he cute? See? Don't worry about him or AI or surveillance, or they're going to take your jobs, or they're going to take your women, or whatever. He's cute, right? I'll give him a little kiss to prove it to you. Well, today we're going to review... Fuck!
Since the beginning of time, there's only been one website with the Babylons to claim every game reviewed when it came to the Pro System, and that's Atari7800forever.com.
But now it's time to get on that YouTube trip, babies. And who am I? I'm Funkmaster V, musician, ghost hunter, hat flipper, pro wrestler, comedian, actor, filmmaker, and I'm going to take you on a whirlwind tour of all things cool about Atari and the Atari 7800 with a podcast, news, even new crap. Baby, are you ready to get your groove on? Because it's about to get funky up in here. Sorry about the language there in the beginning. I am a sinner. And speaking of sins, I think it is a sin that I haven't spoken about M.K. Smith enough. We always talk about Bob De Crescenzo and Muddy Funster and Revan Tully and Vlad, and we go down the list of these great guys, Mike Sarna, Atarius Maximus, these homebrew programmers for the Atari 7800, and I always seem to leave out M.K. Smith. M.K. Smith is known for such marvelous work on the 7800, like Millie and Molly, which was a crazy feat, Attack of the Pesky Robots, Wordle, and he's working on Arkanoid, which he plans on getting done by 2067. Hopefully one of us will be alive so we can play it. But this is a game that he's created, and if you notice, he, for some reason, likes porting over weird computer homebrews. And Robots Rumble and Robots Rumble Redux, which is an update, is no different. It is a Spectrum homebrew that's made it over to, like, the Commodore 64 and I think the VIC-20 and some other weird crap you don't play. But this is a game by somebody else, and M.K. Smith saw it and said, I want to steal this for my own evil game, and he's ported it over to the 7800, and I'd like to report that this game, I think, for the most part, is just one of the best games to be released for the Atari 7800 in a long time. Of course, it's not on cart yet, but it is completed, and you can play the ROM at Atari Age in the forums if you look it up and you have a good Atari 7800 emulator. What is Robots Rumble and what is Robots Rumble's Redux? It is, I guess it's like an arcade action puzzle platformer, but it's really more puzzle than anything else. It's pretty punishing until you get the gist, and once you figure out one little trick, it gets easier to understand, but it is kind of tough to get into, because I remember the first couple times I played this game, I was like, whoa, I'm never going to get anywhere on this thing. And it's also one of those games where you're just deceptively sucking, and you have no idea why the game, you just keep, every time you lose a life, you're just like, what am I doing? What happened? I can't believe I just allowed that to happen. You know, the story sucks. It doesn't make any sense. You are an interplanetary junker who goes from planet to planet destroying robots. My problem with the logic of this is every time you kill the robot, you're effectively destroying the robot. But I guess the goal of the game is to get him through these insanely, stupidly difficult platform situations with magnets to get him through these weird terrains to drop him into a pot of, I don't know, liquid goo, bubbling cheese, I'm not sure, whatever they do to destroy robots. Maybe it's something that liquefies them like Terminator. Whoever came up with this system of these weird platforms with all these obstacles and bombs and wavy bacon and stuff like that, you're absolutely stupid. Whoever designed this, there should just be like a little conveyor belt into a pot. Taking the dumb plot of this out of the situation, the game is extremely unique. and a lot of fun to play. You don't control the robot. You use the joystick and the controls to control magnets on the left screen or the right screen. MK Smith did a great job implementing 3 different ways to control this. You can use 1 button. You can use 2-button control like the 7800, or you can use a twin stick controller where he said, hey, you can play with a friend, which I can't imagine sitting that close to anybody I'm not having sex with, sweating over this game. And I would be afraid violence would ensue, because this game can be pretty intense and frustrating if you get your head screwed up. So you can control the robot not by moving him from left to right or whatever and using a button to have him jump around. You basically just use a magnet to pull him one way or the other. And so the trick really comes down to leaving your other magnet in a careless place, because whoever designed this game originally came up with pretty clever ways to get you to kind of kill your robot in stupid ways by just leaving your magnet haphazardly. So what I did, this is a trick, just when you're done moving the robot with one of the magnets, move that magnet way far away. You don't want the robot to be interfered with a stagnant, dormant magnet you're not thinking about, which is really like probably 7 times out of 10 how you die in this game is the other magnet you're not thinking about is what causes the demise of your robot. There are tons of little crafty ideas like tractor beams, bombs, wavy bacon, other robots, and clever ways to kind of trip you up on your way to destroy this robot by putting him into a pot of fondue. There are 4 worlds here, and I think the 3rd world is the hardest. So if you're having a hard time getting through that one, just a little bit of love from Funkmaster, you can get through it. Just fight through that 3rd world there, and the 4th one is not a piece of cake, but it's easier than the 3rd. I think the graphics are great, and playing this on an emulator, because I do not have this on cart, the music is fantastic. I'm not sure who does the music. I could have looked that up, but I'm a jerk. There's also a lot of different people that help this game, and it's great. It's a freaking great game. I beat it. In fact, on the emulator I play, I broke the world record on the speed run. And let me tell you, the speed run option called Rocket Runner. Normally, I would think speed run stuff is for advanced players. Actually, this is the better tutorial of how to play this game. You go through speedrun and you have unlimited lives, and of course you're doing it for a time, and you don't want to get a crappy time, or the when you do beat the game it makes fun of you, but it trains you on the levels to go back to play the original game, which is where you had an allotted amount of lives. The speedrunner game is actually technically easier, and I appreciated that. I played this game so much that I broke the world record on my emulator. I am waiting for a check from MK Smith, and he can send that to me at any time, and I do appreciate the love. I think the game plays great. It looks really, it looks a little rudimentary compared to the Spectrum version, but I kind of like the way ours looks because it's a little rough around the edges. You know, scrapyard, junkyard, you know, there's a space rat chewing on your space shoe, watch out, you better shoot him with your midnight ray gun, you know, that kind of stuff. I like it a little junky, a little dirty, because I'm from Baltimore. My only critique of the game is that it is probably too short. There's 4 worlds. I would have probably liked it better if there was 5, 6, or 7, because once you do beat the game, and once you figure this out, it's in your mind, and you're like, I could do this now. I understand what I was doing wrong on this particular level, and now I can beat it, and then that really hurts the replay value of the game. The speedrunning attribute is wonderful because it does give you motivation to go back and beat your best times. With the redo version, which is an advanced version of what he was working on before, it is even the Rocket Runner / speedrun mode is now high score cart compatible, and all of your nerdy girlfriends, plants, stuffed animals, and special needs children will rejoice when they see your initials with that top score. All right, this game is very good. It is a 4 out of 5 on the old Funkmaster scale at Atari 7800 forever.com. Great stuff. I love this game. And I think the best attribute for it is it's just a unique experience. It's not a maze game. It's not a space shooter. It's something totally fresh. And MK Smith has been delivering a lot of fresh through the years. Check out Millie and Molly. That's probably his masterwork. Attack of the Pesky Robots. And one day I hope the fella comes up with a game on his own. I think he's gotten to the point. He's ported over some great games. His games always get good scores on my website. And I think I'd like to see something from you, buddy. We want it, man. Give it to us, MK Smith. Come on, baby. Hey, fellas, seriously, theperfectgene.nyc. If you have a terrible ass, we're all getting to that age where we don't have good-looking butts anymore. Please go check out the Perfect Gene Company. I swear to God, they give me free jeans, and I would say this anyway, but I'm telling you the truth. These are the best jeans I've ever owned in my life, and I look really cool walking down the street, and all the old ladies go, "Woo, Funkmaster." I got a brand new episode of Weird Roads coming out today on ASY TV, also known as ASY TV. I go and check out the witch-filled city of Salem, Massachusetts. I was up there filming the movie Swipe Wrong, which you can also see on ASY TV. Please subscribe to that. It's only a few dollars a month, and there's tons of great travel channel jive all the way live on that network. And also don't forget Showdown in Secret City is rocking and rolling on Relay. You go to pickrelay.com or check it out on Roku. You type Showdown Secret City and check that stuff out. Or better yet, buy a DVD or a Blu-ray from our website at bigandfunkyproductions.com, and that money helps go fund the next film. Guys, I love you. I love this game, Robots Rumble. Take care. Cuddle yourself. Finger yourself. Hell, I don't care. Just be good to yourself.